anywhere before. Couldn't look you in the eye. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. It's okay for me. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body.
Yo, what's up? I want you to notice when I'm not around. So fucking special. I wish I was special. What's Hey, what's up, guys? Hi, chair. What's up, guys? How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for joining me today. I like doing these because it's just it's cool. You know, I think a lot of people that really want to do guitar repair, you know, just need some insight, or they're trying something and they're being brave, you know. But yeah, it's today what I'm going to be doing is level, crown, and polish on this guitar. I'm going to move pretty fast, so I'll definitely, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Give me 1 second. I got to grab something. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do first, when you do a level, crown, and polish, the reason why you need a level, crown, and polish is because all the frets on an electric guitar, acoustic guitar, whatever instrument that has frets, what you want to do is you want all these frets to be flat. You want them to be flat because when the strings, when they get pushed down, and let's say they're on the 12th fret, everything has to be flat right here, because if you have one fret that's kind of sticking up after, it's going to start buzzing on the fret, so you're going to get a dead spot. That's usually the reason why, that's one of the reasons why you would need a level, crown, and polish. Another reason why would be if you have divots. Everybody gets divots, unless you really don't push down on the strings. So that's another reason why you'll start to get dead frets and stuff like that. What I do on a level, crown, and polish is I basically get a block, a sand block, and I go back and forth on the frets, which causes the frets to go flat on the top, and then I re-crown them. Okay, so that's something that really helps when you do this stuff. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the level crown and polish. You guys can see here. First thing you want to do is make sure that it's straight. Make sure the neck is straight. And when it's not straight, you have to straighten it out. But the way I like to check is, I'll show you guys. Dang it. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do. Yep. Yeah. Things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. Okay. Oh, he is? The Lobo. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to straighten out the neck with the truss rod. So you'll see it right here. I'm doing a level crown and polish. The first step is to get the neck flat. I want to get it as flat as I can. And I'm just messing with the truss rod to kind of do that. So if you go back over here, I have a straight edge and I rock the frets back and forth. I like to check right here. Okay, so usually you could see a gap in the middle right here when you look through like the light. That's one way I like to check. Sometimes you can actually feel the teeter-totter. So I'm giving it more relief. It's almost there. It's almost flat. Ya la cagaste. Hey! Oh, that's you, bro. Fucking Manuel, dude. Fucking Manolo. You made me break character, bro. What's wrong with you? Hey, dude, last night, bro. Thank you, dude. Thank you for last night. No, that was awesome, bro. We played. We got down. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm just basically what I'm doing is I'm almost there to where it's like perfect. Sometimes what I like to do is I like to bend it so much, give it so much relief where you can actually feel the metal teeter-tottering. Good show last night. Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, dude. I'll hit you up for the next one, bro, if you're down for it.
Can you say that again?
Yeah, you got to be very careful with the truss rod too, because it could snap the neck. So you kind of got to just gauge what you're doing. Okay, so this is pretty much straight. Now, this is a huge rule of thumb right here. If you want to, this is my little sanding block right here. This is what I use. The longer the sanding block, if you have a bigger one, the better it is, the easier it is. I just like to use this thing because I'm working on a SG style guitar and I can't take the neck off, so I like to work, you know, to where I'm not going to hit anything. Another thing too is this painter's tape is really good because you can start taping up the guitar so that you don't hit anything, you don't scratch anything. Always put it right there. Just like that. On the sides. And just like that. Okay, so we got that there. Nothing's gonna hit. None of the sandpaper's gonna hit any of that. Another thing too is I like to go ahead and tape the nut because that's very important. Okay. Tape the nut so nothing goes over the nut. I am using 222 sandpaper. This stuff's amazing. Okay. Now, you could use black, red, whatever. Get your Sharpie. And then what you start doing is you start marking every single fret. And the reason why you do that is because you want to make sure that you are hitting every area evenly. Because if you don't, you start shaving off one side and everything has to be even. So I'm going and doing this here. And then what I'm going to do is I kind of go the extra mile and ovations. Yes, I actually do work on ovations. I'm sorry, man. I'm going to be honest with you. I love and hate those guitars. I think they're awesome. But then I think that I feel a certain way about the back of the guitar, you know. I mean, they're good though. Don't get me wrong. They're really beautiful. For recording, you can get some good sounds out of it. But yeah, I do work on that. If you have any questions, let me know on what's going on with yours. I'm actually currently talking to somebody about getting electronics because they're very, very hard to get a hold of. And yeah, I'm trying to buy electronics to upgrade a 1980s model Ovation from New Hampshire. Yep. So let me know if you have any questions. All right. So since I have that, what I do is I go the extra mile and I want to make sure I'm going to go ahead and redo this, which I have my tool here. I'm going to go ahead and check to see if anything teeter-totters. Good there. If it starts teeter-tottering, that means that the middle fret is up. So I go across 3 frets first, right? Go across the first 3. Then I go to So it's always in pairs of threes because you'll know that something teeter-totters. Okay, everything's good there. Everything's good there. Perfect. And the reason why I'm doing a level crown is because, oh, right there, right there, right there. So this whole fret right here is higher than these two. So I'm gonna wanna make sure that when I do my sanding, everything's good. So what I do is I'm just gonna go ahead and I still have fret tape, and I used to, fret the whole thing, but for the sake of time, this saves me a lot of time. I got a lot of guitars to work on, so let's see. So we got that there. What I do is I get a pencil, and then just kind of, I do a little arrow, and I make sure that I mark that this fret right here is really high, okay? The round back, yeah. Again, it's a love-hate thing. I've played some beautiful ovations before, and I played a 1970s model, and the guy took care of it real well. And when I worked on it, I said, you know what? I understand why people like ovations. There was like something to it, like, I don't know, it's a feeling, it's a sound, it's unique, it for sure is. So, again, it's a love-hate thing. I don't say I completely hate them, but yeah, so definitely if it's not seated correctly, that can definitely be an issue. But from the looks of it, I'm looking at every part of it, and you can kind of see, before I started this process, I hammered everything as much in as I can, and everything's solid. So I know that's a huge thing, though, when frets are not seated correctly. And that's actually something that you want to do before. I'll just demonstrate this real quick. You want to go ahead and hammer them through before, at least that's the way I do it. Before I start going in, that's what I do. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to do things, and I always like to converse about, guitar repair, because you learn from everybody, man. Everybody has tricks. I'm continuously learning, and I think it's awesome to share the knowledge, So even just that, like I said, I hammered it before, and a lot went in, but it doesn't hurt to do it more. Yeah, so it still has a little tiny bit of teeter-tottering, but definitely hammering before you start sanding, you can definitely seat these more inside. And the big reason why these go up and down is because humidity. This board gets so dirty, and it starts rotting. Like, I have green spots literally right here, and that's of just hand sweat and stuff like that. It just starts going into the board. But But definitely, it's a process worth going through and learning, especially if you're a guitar player. You can save a lot of money um, just knowing how to do this. When I worked at Guitar Center for some time, and they would always tell me, "Hey, man, why do you always sell level crown and polishes?" And I tell them, I go, that's like 90% of everybody's problem. You if you go out there to Guitar Center, or I was gonna say Sam Ash, but that no longer exists. If you go out there to do to go get a setup, and the tech doesn't check the frets, you're gonna get a setup. You're gonna pay $100 or whatever you pay, and then it's like, did they really check the frets? Then you start getting problems. You start getting dead frets later on. So I always check that. I always check the frets. And that's the thing with this customer. He told me, hey, I need a setup. And I do everything. I do pickup and delivery. So a lot of the times I'll take this tool and I'll tell them, hey, let's check your frets. And I kind of explain to them, like, this is what's going on. This is why this happens. And they start telling me, like, oh man, I never knew about that. I just take it to Guitar Center. They just give me a setup, and then he has frets like this that are all messed up. So customer really literally took this to a guitar shop. I want to say a few months ago, and he said it's fretting out again. So big thing is, definitely, if you guys are guitar players, you guys want to save some money, definitely get one of these. This one I think is about $45 on StewMac. StewMac sells the best stuff. They're very expensive, but I think their quality and tools is great for me. But there's some things that you can get elsewhere that are cheaper too. Okay, so don't get me wrong. Like for instance, this hammer, they sell this fret hammer at Michael's for $7, $8. On a StewMac, it has a StewMac label. That one goes for like $35. So get yourself one at Michael's. Or there's like little chisel sets at Michael's. I found Michael's to be a really, really good store for repair stuff. So I'm always wanting to save money. It's definitely something that everybody wants to save money, right? So I always try to share, like, hey, I can get these or that. I'll tell you what, I bought these fret cutters. So I bought these. One of my buddies was getting rid of all his stuff, and he told me, hey dude, do you want to buy these fret cutters? These are from StewMac, right? These go for like $86. And then you have these, which go on Amazon for $25, right? I was thinking to myself, man, this is the same thing, dude. It's the same thing, right? I was cutting steel frets. I was cutting it with this one. It took so long for me to cut them. I had to use a lot of ball power. With this one snip, and they were done. StewMac, it's the material that they use. So I definitely use these now. They're cool, I mean, $25 on Amazon, but I go with the StewMac ones because you got to work smarter, not harder, right? So even though I'm hammering these in, and I'm kind of going in and just going up and down the fret, I'm still gonna do the sanding, because that's just gonna perfect everything, and it's gonna be a lot better. Okay, so we got some there, we got some there. This whole fret is higher. So sometimes you can only go so far in. One thing that you guys want to do is this is a rule of mine, you know. A lot of the times I have, you see how this headstock is laying on right here? Well, these Epiphone style Gibson guitars, the neck is kind of bent back. So when I'm hammering, I like to lift it up. I don't want everything on right here, because a lot of the times these headstocks, they break right off. A lot of the times I repair those, like I do a handful a year, you know, so they're always breaking off. People let you take their guitars home. Yeah, well, now I'm pretty well known in my area, so people just, Yelp really helps. I get a lot of reviews on Yelp, so a lot of good reviews. I mean, I'm still building, so it's not like, I'm not saying I have hundreds, but I do. I have a good amount of people on Yelp that I think it's like 15 or 20, but they have good things to say about me. So a lot of it's word of mouth too. So they just trust me, I guess, you know. But in my area, yeah, definitely people let me take their guitars home. Yeah, so. Okay, so again, we're just going to continue to kind of go through the frets. This one's, see, again, I mean, I'm hammering them in, but there's still, some lifting that won't do with the hammering. Yeah, so 90% of setups, I always start with this thing. That's the first thing I start with. Always start with that, because that's gonna definitely, ooh, there you go. That's gonna definitely give you a way better setup. Okay, so we got that there. Okay, we got a little bit there. And it's always good to do this process before you you start sanding, because if you do have some that are not seated, some frets that are not seated into the wood, you definitely, you're gonna shave off a good amount of the fret, and then when you hammer it in, it's gonna be so much lower because you already shaved it off before you started hammering. So that's a really good thing to do before. Yeah, there's some frets that are low, some frets that are high. I mean, it just depends, man. Every guitar is different, you know what I mean? I'll tell you this much. I've gotten some guitars that customers bring to me, and they're like extremely dirty. Like extremely dirty. And it's all good, man. It's, you know, they gig a lot, you know what I mean? So I totally understand, you know. So again, I'm just kind of seating these in here, just going over it. Sometimes if you even have to go over it a few more times, that's fine, you know. But you definitely want to just hammer it in. Yeah, this is a money saver. I need a tutorial of setting up my first guitar. Yeah, absolutely. Washburn. That's so cool, man. Washburn. It was one of my first guitars that I bought with my own money. It was a Washburn. I remember it was a WI-14. But if you have an old guitar and you haven't been humidifying the guitar, you could have problems with you can have problems with the bridge lifting up. You can have problems with the frets, definitely having high and low spots, popping out of the fretboard. Worst case scenario, you're gonna have a neck reset issue, and neck resets they're really expensive to do neck resets. I only perform steam neck resets, and I can definitely help you and guide you in the right direction. Gillette for men, that's awesome. 30 years ago. Yeah. If you guys want, if you guys want to send me any kind of DM, I don't know how you do it on here on YouTube, but if you want to go ahead and send me, you guys can. My website is loulagoon.com, and you'll see all my social media there. That is loulagoon.com, LOULAGOON.com, and you can message me on Instagram, Facebook. Just tell me that you're from my live, and I can definitely help you out with, or give you just some advice, Oh, yeah, it's been with the humidity pack. That's really good. Just if it's, you said, okay. Yeah, you're welcome, brother. For sure. If you, if it's been with the humidity pack, it should be fine, but then again, you just never know. If you've because those humidity packs go out over time. I think it's like a year or like 2 years that they go out in. But yeah, just you can even send me pictures, and I can let you know, what I think, and how we can fix that. But yeah, so now I'm getting up to the frets, and I'm kind of feeling around right here, this one. And again, I already did this process before, so it's like I'm doing it again. But you're gonna want to keep. It's like they say, it's rinse and repeat, man. That's all you got to do, Yep. So we're going there. We're going there. Yep. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, this one's good. Okay, perfect. Oh, we got a little one right there. I'll just go ahead and... Okay, so now that we got that there, we pretty much got... So the ones that weren't seated correctly, we basically hit them down with the hammer, and now they're seated correctly. Okay, well, for the most part, they're seated as much as they can go with the hammer. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and sand everything, and I'm gonna show you the way I do it. So since I've hit it with the hammer, you can see that the kind of red stuff has kind of gone out. So let me go ahead and the red stuff, the red marker has kind of gone out. Let me go ahead and do that. Do this, do that, and just kind of, mark them down. And I'll show you why I mark them down. Let me answer some questions. Hey, brother. South Carolina, that's awesome. To Houston, that's so dope. I want to go to Houston, man. I've been wanting to travel. Oh, dude, thank you so much, man. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you're a dude or a dudette, but thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I usually go live for my music. I do a lot of live looping. So at my shows, I'll just kind of go live. But whenever I get a chance to do like something with guitar, like I'll go ahead and do that, because this is pretty much what I'm doing when I'm not playing. I'm working on guitars or amplifiers and stuff like that. So thank you so much, Acer. Thank you. I appreciate you, man. Have a good and safe drive back to Texas. And he literally made my Christmas sensational. That's awesome, man. Martin, I'm glad I was able to do that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and remember, I'm using 220 grit of sandpaper. And then, again, you don't have to push hard or anything like that, but I'm just going to kind of give you a view here of the way I'm going to do this. And so I'm pretty much going to go from here, and I'm just going to slide down on one edge. Okay, just like that. Go back and forth. And you're gonna start to see the marker come off. And that's a good thing, you know. You want to make sure that you're getting that part. When you have a really high or low fret, you're gonna start to see that, like, that fret, or if you have a low fret, you're gonna see that that low fret doesn't get touched, even though you're passing through it back and forth, you know. So that's something to look out for. Dude. All right, so I'm gonna keep going down just like that. Okay, just back and forth. And remember, this is flat. It's not radius, okay? It doesn't have a radius on it. So I do have those blocks where you go and it has the radius and everything, but I like to use this thing. This thing is small. It's good. I actually save a lot on this sandpaper, which is cool, you know. But don't get me wrong, when I have to use those, I have them for a reason. You know, I use them. So I'm going to keep going. And what I'm doing, if you look, I'm starting at the edge and I come down. When I come back down, I just start scooting a little bit over so that I don't ruin the radius of this guitar. Okay? So I'm just going to go forward like that. Come back down. Just like that. See, I'm on the other side now. I'm just going to keep going. And then there comes a point in time where this sandpaper kind of gets soft because it's been used right here. So it's kind of pointless to go back and forth. And then I go out and switch it. Okay, so these things come in a roll. I think they're like $30 on Amazon. So these things really, I love buying these things. They're super helpful. And then when I get to the fret polishing part, I'm going to show you guys something, man. Show you the best thing that I've bought. I'll just show you right now, actually. I'm going to tell you guys, the best investment that I've made this year, 2024, are going to be these erasers right here, okay? I'm just going to kind of put them out right here. These erasers, they're called fret erasers, okay? I didn't really know about them until I started watching a little more StewMac videos and seeing how they do their stuff. These things right here, they're from StewMac. They are the best thing that I've ever purchased. Before I would polish frets, what I would do is I would get sandpaper. I would just get the sheets, and I would I would go grit by grit, you know. That's really cool too, don't get me wrong, it's good. But these fret erasers are just amazing. They're amazing fret. They do amazing things to your frets, okay? A big